Hello, everyone. This is Veteran Mountain Man, and I want to talk to you about yesterday's executive order. In case you weren't paying attention, yesterday President Trump was in Michigan, and he signed an executive order pushing the Buy American, Hire American slogan. And, of course, this has sparked a whole new round of debate of protectionism versus free market. Now, I know there's a lot of people out there that are avidly anti-free trade. They're like, oh my God, NAFTA destroyed our factories. Well, let's be truthfully honest here. Free trade doesn't actually hurt America, as long as it really is free trade. Now, the Mexican government does still have tariffs up against the United States. And I feel that that is bad when it comes to trade between the two countries. I would like to see us actually trading on a level playing field. And by level playing field, I mean us trading so that it amicably benefits both sides of the border. It doesn't truly benefit Mexico if the United States can't export to Mexico and Mexico has trouble importing into the United States. That's not free trade. Either side screwing that up is still not true free trade. I would like to see true free trade. In fact, I was even hearing an article today that Canada is now going to start imposing taxation on dairy products from the United States. And I think that this is just as insane as the U.S. dairy farmers wanting to tax Irish butter at the border. But let's break this down a little bit simpler here. So, as many of you know, things in the market move around all the time. Export goods from one location become import goods to another location, which in turn get changed into new goods, which then either go out to the consumer or go to another business. And this idea that we need this to be so fast and heavy that we just need to throw the borders open wide and, the opposite side be darned. We're just going to accept everything from everybody and not try to negotiate the best interaction is a bit foolish and short-sighted. Also, the idea that we can produce everything on our own is foolish and short-sighted. What we realistically need to be doing is we need to be working amicable trade deals that benefit both sides of the party heavily and reduce the amount of regulation and taxation on trade as a whole on both sides of the coin. You can't just, throw open our borders for goods from other countries and not ask them to do the same thing and not basically get reciprocity there. Because realistically, that will damage our economy as well. So we need to find that middle line there. And it might not be perfect for either side. It may require both sides to give up some things that they don't want to give up. But we need to come to that middle ground where the trade is far more equitable. Because while I'm not as concerned about trade deficits as many are, because realistically trade deficits tend to turn into capital influxes, we do need trade, and we will always need trade. Because no country can truly stand alone in a modern society. We are far too industrialized, far too automated. There are just things we won't be able to produce, we won't be willing to produce, or we don't even necessarily have the correct resources to produce. I mean, we import titanium from Russia. Okay? We import platinum from Russia. Well, we need the platinum to make catalytic converters for cars, people. The U.S. doesn't have platinum. We can't just go mine platinum. We have to get it from somewhere else. So there are things that we are just going to need to get from other countries, which means we are by default going to need to trade with them. However, I do want to see America get the best trade deals possible. And that is something that NAFTA didn't do. NAFTA did not have a mechanism for forcing Mexico to abide by the stipulations of NAFTA from the United States' perspective, or to enforce the correct activity with Canada. And it also didn't give Canada and Mexico ways to stipulate behavior by the United States on the trade. We've just been honoring it because we keep to our word, which is a good thing. But there was no mechanism in it for actual enforcement. And so it's almost like saying, I'll give you a call, and then never doing it. It realistically comes down to that. Well, thank you all for listening to my rant on trade. As you can tell, I realistically think we need free trade, but we need free and equitable trade, which means that both sides need to realistically be benefiting from it. Well, once again, if you are listening to me on minds.com, come on over to YouTube or VidMe and, click that upvote button or that like button. Also, make sure you follow or subscribe to me. Don't forget I'm over on Patreon as well. Patreon, I will be doing paid content as soon as I start getting some patrons over there. There are also some other benefits for Patreon, and all of the paid content will be exclusively paid content. So that means that the people who are on Patreon or who are paid subscribers through VidMe will get additional content that you can't get if you don't subscribe or follow. Thank you all again, and have yourselves a wonderful day.